Hi everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Bioshock Infinite, The Siege of Columbia, in just a moment. But I want to remind you, cheaters are jerks. So don't be a cheater when you play, because no one's going to want to play with you. But hopefully we can all have just a little bit of sympathy for the person who cheats themselves, like I did in the last episode. When you take the first player token from another player, you get a free upgrade. So this doesn't apply if you're retaining the first player token from a previous round. But in the last episode, I took it from Luke. So I should have gotten a free upgrade. So I'm going to take that right now, and I'm going to unlock the ability on the Flak Man. Thanks, guys, for paying attention and help me remember that I need to do that. So when we come back, Luke's going to join me, and we're going to continue this playthrough. All right, everybody, we've been joined by
Luke Smith.
That's right. Now, Luke, we're getting ready to start. It's going to be my turn first. How are you feeling about this game so far? Because right now, you only have to place 2 more victory points, and then you've won.
I'm feeling 99%.
99%? That's pretty high. Well, I'm feeling 99.9% because I got a fantastic viewer suggestion from Russell Haddock that many of you voted for. Oh. Let's go right to the table and see how this plays out. Now, the first thing Russell wants me to do is take full advantage of the fact that I won the World Event Card vote. And this is going to allow all players to claim victory point cards that have already been claimed by other players, because normally you would not be able to do that. So first, I'm going to skip the produce step and go right on to the recruit and build step. Spend 4 Silver Eagles to build a turret and place it in this location here, Laboratory Litusi, or Ludus.
Lettuce.
Maybe, I don't think it's lettuce, but I don't know how to pronounce that. So now that I have 3 turrets here, I have satisfied the condition on this victory point card that says you need to have 3 different locations with turrets on them. So I'm going to claim this as a victory point. And then I'm going to move along to this victory card here that says you need to control 4 locations on the board with any kinds of structures on them. So I have 1, 2, 3. And finally, this stronghold down here gives me 4 locations with 4 structures. That allows me to place another victory point token on this victory point card here. Do you see how Russell's plan is coming together, Luke?
Not really.
Well, you will in a moment. Next thing Russell wants me to do is recruit a leader. Now, I have the special ability on my leader card that says all recruits cost 1 Silver Eagle less. So I'm only going to have to spend 5 of my Silver Eagles. And now for the movement, I'm going to move my leader into this location along with the airship and 1 common unit. And then the last unit to move will be this very risky maneuver, placing the special into the same space as Booker, who we know is aggressive. A fight is definitely going to happen here. But before we resolve any of these fights, there's one thing we need to go back and do. When you claim a victory point card, you get a free upgrade. So I'm going to give myself a couple right now. First of all, I'm going to upgrade this bonus on influence for the Red Hood to 2. I love winning those votes. This is going to make that a little bit easier. And then on the Rebel card, I'm going to increase her Silver Eagle value by another +1. Now it's time to resolve combat, and I want to handle this Booker situation right away because it's probably the most challenging one, but if it goes well, things are looking up for me. I'm going to first play the last card that I have in my hand into this combat. Bucking Bronco, it just gives me 1 combat value, but I'm going to take everything I can get. The special ability here would really only work when used against another player because it would force them to discard a card they played into combat, but Booker doesn't play cards into combat. Instead, he just brings a whole bunch of dice, 3 red ones. And because of the Elizabeth timeline effect we showed you earlier, with Elizabeth next to him, that means he's also going to get a white die as well. Luke's got the dice. Go ahead, roll up Booker's results. Okay. This is not terrible, but it is going to be a challenge. We've got 9, 12, 15. Now I'm going to get 4 blue dice, 1 for each turret that are in the adjacent locations to where the fight is taking place, as well as another blue die for my special unit. All right, let's see if I can have a decent roll. Oh, this is looking pretty good. I've got 2 6s. That's 12. Another 4 and another 4. That's a total of 20.
Don't forget your bucking bronco.
That's right. 21. Luke, you don't sound very happy. Now, when you defeat Booker, he actually leaves the board. So I'm going to remove him now, and then he will re-enter the next time a world event card is drawn, because that will tell us what location he should move to. And Elizabeth is now in a space with one of my units, so she's considered to be under my control. Now in this situation, that's not going to have any kind of impact, but some Elizabeth timelines will give you certain bonuses when you control Elizabeth. I also won a combat, so I'm going to give myself another free upgrade. And the reward I'm going to claim is upgrading the Silver Eagle value on the Rebel one more time. Now, as fun as it was to beat Booker, the real value of defeating him in this location is that I now have a unit or structure in each of the 4 locations listed in Territory C, which means I can claim 3 victory points there, and that really makes a big difference. Finally, I need to resolve combat in this location here against the territory token, and I'm going to have to roll a 10 or higher in order to beat this 9. I'm going to get a red die for this unit and this leader unit, and then a white die for the common unit here. Hopefully, I can pull this off. And sure enough, I did. I've got a 4, a 3, and another 7 for a total of 14. That means I can remove this token, collect the 5 silver eagles shown on it, and also claim this location. And that means I now entirely control Territory F and can place my last remaining victory point there. Well, I can't believe it. But I should have, because Russell put as the last instruction, win. And
you did.
And I did. Now, something to keep in mind, we played a shortened version of the game. Normally, you would play until someone won with 10 victory points. We started off with 7. We thought that would be enough to show you exactly how the game plays and a variety of the different situations you might encounter. But Luke, you did a fantastic job. No one's going to deny that. But I did beat you in the end, even though there was some dice rolling. So maybe I'm getting a little better. Maybe?
A little better, yes.
A little better. But you know what? There's a couple of things that people didn't really get to see in our sample of gameplay here. We didn't really travel the sky rails very much. And you and I don't think we really came to blows in combat. So even though I won, and we're not taking that from me, why don't we play out the rest of your player turns phase, and why don't you engage me in a little bit of combat, and we'll see what happens. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. One thing to point out before we move on to Luke's player turns phase is that when I had combat here against the territory token, I won, and that would normally mean I get to claim a free upgrade, but I didn't. And that's because I already have 3 more upgrades than my opponent. And in that situation, you can no longer claim additional upgrades. So I would have to wait until Luke claimed a couple more before I could get any more for myself. Now, Luke, it's your player turns phase. Would you like to do anything for the produce step?
Not at all.
What about the build and recruit step?
Yes, I'm going to recruit a special.
Now that's going to take up Luke's 4 remaining silver eagles. I'll collect those, put them in the bank. Now it's on to your move phase. Are there any units you want to move?
Yes, I'm going to move the songbird from here to here.
Now this is interesting because in order to get from here to here, Luke is going to have to use the skyline. And the songbird, like the airship, has special rules when using the skyline. First of all, the maximum distance it can travel is 2 spaces. But also, it does not need to roll any of the skyline dice to see if it succeeds in traveling along the skyline. So you can just go from here to here, that's 1 space, and then travel the rest of the way onto your destination. Now those are not very good odds, so I'm guessing you want to move a few more units into that location.
Yes, I'm going to move my leader.
Okay, he's also traveling along the skyline. Now he is going to need to roll the skyline dice. Let's see what you get, Luke. Oh, now this is a little rough. If you see at least 1 thumbs up, no problem. But if there are only numbers, then you add up all the numbers, and that's how many cards the player must discard, or they will lose this unit. Now, if you want to, you may have the cards to discard, but decide instead to keep them and just destroy the unit. Luke, what are you going to do?
Discard the card.
Yeah, I don't blame you because this leader is very important. So Luke has thrown out a card. You only have one card in your hand left. Do you want to exit the skyline here in this location or keep going?
Keep going.
All right, Luke is going to move that leader one more time and then roll those skyline dice. Oh, Luke, your luck is running out. Now you have to get rid of another card, your last card, or you can throw out that leader.
I think I'll get rid of a card.
Okay, another smart decision, I think. Do you wish to move any more of your units?
Yes.
Which one are you going to move now?
I'm going to move my special to here.
Now, Luke is really pushing his luck with this skyline. He's got no cards left, so if you roll any numbers, you're going to have to destroy that unit. Let's hope for a thumbs up for Luke. There it is. As long as you have at least one thumbs up, the unit arrives safely. Are you done moving units now?
Nope.
Okay, what's next?
I'm going to move this guy here.
Boy, you are gearing up for war. Let's see if this one succeeds or not. Whoa! That was pure success. So now you've got a whole bunch of your units here. Movement is completed. Time for a little bit of combat. Now that Luke has put some units into a location with my units, there's going to be a battle. Now, neither of us have cards, but if we did, the very first step would be the attacking player playing a number of cards face down, and then the defender playing a number of cards face down as well, which then would be revealed. Any combat values would be added to the fight. Any unlocked special abilities might activate. But this is actually going to be quite simple because this time we're just rolling dice. Now, I have 2 leaders and a common unit. So I'm going to get 2 red dice and a white die. Luke, you have 2 leaders and 2 specials. So 2 red and 2 blue dice.
Plus my special ability.
That's right. Your leader is a purist. And that says that whenever you are the attacker, you're going to get an additional
2 combat.
2 combat. Well, go ahead, Luke. Why don't you roll your dice? Let's see what you get. Wow. That's decent.
Awesome.
So, 3 5s and an 8 plus the 2 from your leader gives you a total of 25. I don't think I can beat that. So I'm going to roll up my dice. And no, I didn't. I rolled a total of 14. So what this means is I've lost the fight. I'm going to destroy one of my units, and I'm not going to destroy either of my leaders. So instead, I'll get rid of this common unit here. And then these units have to retreat to a location with a stronghold, which, sure enough, is right back here. So I'm going to place them in this location. Luke, you won the combat, so normally you would claim a free upgrade and bragging rights. Well, I won the game, but Luke, somehow you got the last laugh.
I sure did.
That doesn't seem right. Listen, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and playing along with us and giving me great suggestions that did help me win this game. I also want to give a special thanks to Plaid Hat Games, who continues to support and sponsor some of these episodes that we get to bring to you. It helps us keep doing it, and we really appreciate that. If you appreciate it as well, take the time to drop them a quick note. Let them know you saw their game featured here. If you have any questions at all about the gameplay that you saw or any of the rules, please put them in the comments below. I will happily answer them as soon as I get a chance. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.